go to Brooklyn. Simmons scored 12 points, and 10 of those came in the third quarter. Now, he was benched for the last 9 minutes of the game, we should point out. Shannon, what's your biggest takeaway from Ben's performance?
Yeah, Ben is what he is at this point in time. You can't pin your hopes on Ben Simmons scoring the basketball. And Jacques Vaughn benched him in the final minutes because they were down and they needed someone that could get some easy buckets. He said, Vaughn said, we really want to get to a point where your teammates are depending on you to do your job every single night, every single possession. Ben showed some abilities to play with force in the second half. Skip, Ben says in the first half, says he didn't realize, just realizing we need some easy buckets. In the first half, I was trying to find my guys way too much. Ben, you were down by 13. What that year realized you didn't need no buckets? Well, I mean, Skip, that's like saying, and I kept saying this, we don't need Ben to score. That's like having a receiver on the field saying, Skip, we don't need him to catch passes. Well, what the hell you got him out there for? He has to be a viable scoring option when he's on the offensive end of the court. And he don't even look. He even looks at the basket. So Jacques Vaughn's like, nah, and they inserted, they changed the lineup, and they got back into the ball game. Yep. Seth Curry got hot, got the cooking. Claxton was, 11 or 12 from the field? Skip, you don't mind me asking, who had the highest the lowest plus minus? The guy that you said will change everything. What did he change it?
He does. You realize how good Nick Claxton has become? Nick Claxton played him to a draw last night. Look at the numbers.
Whoa.
Played him to a draw. Wait a second. I think you're missing the boat here. Who's going to be first-team all-defense? How about Nick Claxton? He's going to make first-team all-NBA defense. Watch. Just watch. Just watch.
Hold on. I'm talking about Ben Simmons.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm just saying, you went off on Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid played about as well as he could play against Nick Claxton last night.
Man, hold on.
Okay, and by the way...
6 of 18? Is that good?
How about Joel Embiid, 13 of 13 from the free throw line? Has there ever been a big man free throw shooter better than Joel Embiid?
Blocks.
No, thank you.
Skip.
Thank you. He's ranked #1 in defensive win shares, #1.
Okay, how about this?
Back to Ben Simmons.
Shouldn't Ben Simmons, with KD being out, shouldn't he be
back to the scene of the crime? He's back in Philadelphia, and there were 3 or 4 times he took a pass in the lane, and he didn't even consider shooting the ball. He hot-potatoed it to one of the shooters. Okay, I got it. But in the third quarter, what did we see from Ben Simmons as the Nets did creep back in the game because they did win the third quarter by 1 point? What did we see? Mr. Sharp, he scored 10 points just in the third quarter alone.
He did.
Well, if you could do 10 points a quarter, you'd score 40, right?
But you know good well.
All right, so what did we see? I think we have these shots, if we could see them in order of what he did in the third quarter. Here we go. Here is Ben Simmons. Oh, a little jump hook with the right hand. That was a sweet shot.
Maybe he should shoot.
Free throw. Oh, he just shot it left-handed as he is, and he makes another. Oh, he made both of his free throws.
He did.
A rare sight. Here he goes again, and he's up and under, and he makes that. That was a little lucky, but it was with the right hand. And here he goes again, and he gets a dunk. That was easy. And then he's got one more coming up here, I do believe. And he swoops to the hoop and makes a shot. He's highly capable of doing all of the above because he was initiating. He was playing with aggression, right? He is capable. I've seen him before. I've seen him score 40 points in a game.
The man is 6'10".
He is.
Just say he's capable. Okay, yeah, you're capable of a lot of things. But how often does he do it? Shouldn't he be the second best player when KD's out?
He should be. Well, I mean, Kyrie is Kyrie.
But Kyrie's the best player with KD's out.
I didn't ask for this video, but Kyrie made one swoop to the hoop shot up and under at the end of the game. I said that's impossibly great. Like, there's no human on earth at, what is Kyrie, 6'2", who can do that? It's just like ungodly.
But, Skip, what we're starting to see is that when Claxton and Curry are on the floor, you talk about he's the 5th best option. Skip, he can't be that.
Okay, but he can defend at the highest level. This team is quietly sitting there percolating at a pretty high pace right now because wait until when they get KD back in there.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, who did he guard? Because Tyrese Maxey had 27, James Harden had 23, Milton had 19, Tobias Harris had 18. So he must be guarding P.J. Tucker.
No, he guarded a bunch of
Ooh!
Yeah, well, again, I picked the Sixers to win it all. I did. I picked to win the East.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, but Skip, I mean, you say he guarded. I mean, James Harden was 6 of 12, Milton was 7 of 10, Tobias Harris was 7 of 11, Tyrese Maxey was 8 of 14. So I'm trying to figure who he had. Maybe he was guarding Joel Embiid, and that's why Embiid went 6 of 18. Because if he guarded any of these other guys, Harold was 2 of 3, 3 of 5, 2 of 4. So I'm just trying to figure out who the hell he guarded.
Okay, they're just really good. The Sixers are really good. DeAnthony Melton was a huge pickup for them because he just might make second team all defense because he can perimeter defend with the best.
But what I'm talking about is offense. The man had 19 points, and you tell me Ben Simmons is a great defender, and I see everybody shooting over 50% from the field with Ben Simmons guarding them.
Okay, they're at Philly. They're really good. Do you realize they've won 10 of the last 12? Do you realize since January 1st, since the year changed, they are the best team in basketball record-wise? They're on a roll. They've won 7 in a row. What do you think's going to happen? And yet, back into the game crept the Brooklyn Nets. And to your point, they took Ben out in part because they didn't want to see Hackabin start down the stretch.
And they wanted to score some easy buckets.
All right. And Seth got it really good.
Yeah.
And Joe Harris is starting to percolate and cook and make shots also. This team, both these teams are very interesting to me. And you love Boston and you love Milwaukee. And my dark horse is the Brooklyn Nets, and my front runner right now is the Philadelphia 76ers, and Joel Embiid is the MVP.
Don't do that.
Well, he just is.
No, you know what Nikola Jokic is doing out west. You know what Jokic is doing.
Yeah. I'll take Embiid over Jokic any day or night.
You ain't going to take him to the MVP?
Yeah.
The man about to be 3 times. Do something since only Larry Bird.
I'm not sure Jokic could guard me. Seriously.
Skip. But who's guarding him? You keep saying Joel Embiid. Who's guarding Nikola Jokic?
Well, Joel Embiid can guard him.
Guard him where?
Anywhere.
Has he put up a triple-double on him?
Anywhere.
Skip, come on.
I would love to see that in the finals. I'd love to see Embiid versus Jokic.
First of all, you're not
destroy
First
him.
of all, you're not getting there.
Yes, we are.
This is what we know. The Jokic team is the #1 seed in the West. They have the best record.
Yep.
You got the what best record?
Second best in the East, and we are on the rise. Before it's over, we might have the best.
I mean, when the sun is already up, it can't rise no higher.
James Harden's turned into John Stockton. I never thought I'd see that.
I mean, Harden has already led the league in assists. You just worry about your team.
Which team?
Whichever one you choose.
I got Clippers over Sixers in the final, and I'm sticking with it, and I love it. You saw what the Clippers did to your Lakers the other night.
I mean, look,
it's destruction.
Just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Just a matter of time. Those high heel shoes he played in, those New Balance.
Yeah.
That's your running shoe, the New Balance. That's the high heel shoes you're talking about.
Yeah.
Jed, that's what he was talking about.
New Balance.
Yeah.
No.
I'm going to show y'all a pair of my high heels, and if y'all can play in them, hats off.
We're not talking about
for whoever
spike
can
heels
do that.
here.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. Flats.
That's all I own. All right, guys. Do the Niners give the Eagles some bulletin board material? That's coming up next.